Hi everybody. Today we're going to look at this NEC M300X. Uses an NP15LP lamp. This particular projector is here because it runs for about an hour before it shuts down. It's a little surprising. Although when I took it out of the box I did notice sounds like there's something rattling in there. Now this projector can work off wireless. It has the option for a wireless dongle to go in here. I do have to take this off so I can get inside because I needed to make sure there was no wireless thing in place to remove. So now that I know there's not a dongle, I can leave that. First thing I want to do is check the lamp because I do hear it sounds like rattling glass. So let's see. It is an NP15LP. It might even be an original. Let's see. It might be an original. Oh, that's just the back screw. That lamp is finished. The bulb has ruptured, as you can see. Actually I'll show you this about the lamp. It's kind of neat. Depending on which way the projector is oriented, this little flap changes sides so that it deflects the air in properly to keep the bulb cool. This bulb just looks like it ran too long. I don't see any classic evidence of overheating. No discoloration on the ceramic. This is an Ushio. NSHA 180 NEH. Hopefully that's showing up. That's how you can tell if it's an original or not, if it's an Ushio. When I say original, I mean original to the projector, not OEM as made by NEC. NEC doesn't make these bulbs. They buy them from that company, Ushio. It's a Japanese company. The arc tube, the center part that does all the work, that's made in Japan. The rest of it, the reflector and final assembly, is done in China. Good bulb. Well, this one's not. Or it was a good bulb. This is now a good dead bulb. So let's see if any of that glass got out. Yep, I hear glass all over the place. So we're going to have to open it up. I just touched my glasses and now I can't see. Let's see now. Can I see? Oh yeah, much better. Okay, let's take this apart. The screw. And the other screws on top, not that I notice. On the back, nope. These two maybe, but it looks like, nope, there's a seam there. So it should just be these fellows on the bottom. I like NEC screws, just a quick side note. They always use these thin, nice coarse thread plastic screws. I always save them when I scrap a projector. I'm hoping this just needs a cleaning. And then it's not that old of a projector. 2013 I think, or 2015. Let's say, oh no, 2012, wow. A little older than I thought. Still a good projector. There we are. I guess that does have to come out after all. I thought it would just come off with the lid. Maybe it does. Yeah, looks like it might. Take the filter out. The filter actually doesn't look too bad. Unless they just replaced it, which I guess is possible. because that intake fan is pretty clean. But over here, there's a lot of dust. Oh, that's a good thing I took that filter out. There's the hidden screw. Never force. Always kind of pull, prod, wiggle, but never force it. Because that's when you'll find out that there was a very important screw that you forgot. There we are. And we do have a wire connected over here. Unplug that. That wire goes to the video mute switch. Let's see if I can. Yeah. All that glass falling out. This is all quartz from that exploded lamp. And there's still more. There's a duct right here that it all kind of fell into. At least that's what it sounds like. See if popping this cover off exposes it. Looks like it might. Come on. Oh, there's another one. Man, that's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, that may have been it. That's actually, that's actually part of the arc tube. See that? You can see the globe, part of the globe right there. And that thing got hot. So I might not have to take the whole thing apart. That's better. I don't hear any quartz now rolling about. Nope. I think we got it out. See, that fan is good. That all looks good. Let's pop the main board out and check the dynamic iris. That's the only known problem I am aware of with these, is that dynamic iris can get dirty and start sticking, kind of like the Panasonics from around the same vintage. See, I'll leave those in, so I just have to take out a screw here and a screw here for the back. And I should disconnect that ground. That stays. I always try to disconnect the least amount as possible. But So, got all the screws loose, disconnected these LCD cables. You have to be careful with these. They can really ruin your day if they tear. All connectors are out, so I should be able to... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so there's the inside. There you go. Nice clean view. If anybody needs to pause to see where stuff goes, now's a good time. Now it's not as dirty as I expected, especially after seeing all this dust here, but you never know. We'll check the polarizers in case they got too hot. Polarizers are two optical components. You can see one of them here. That I gotta get better at pointing at the camera. This thing right here is a polarizer. It has a second one behind the LCD panel. You can see it, and I will, let's see if I can point it out. It's the first, it's right here, it's this one. By changing the angle of this, it changes the relationship to that one, and you can use that to set the raw brightness of each color channel. You have your blue channel, your green channel, and your red channel. The polarizers let you set that raw brightness, I'm going to call it. I'm sure there's a technical name for it. Common failure on those is they'll get hot and they'll start to get spots. On the screen it'll be a blob. If you Google Sony blue blob, you'll see a lot of very descriptive explanations on what happened with those Sony polarizers and the older Sony LCD TVs. This looks good though. A little dusty, but not bad. It can go right back in. I would have been surprised if that were bad. The next thing I want to check is the dynamic iris, or the dynamic contrast iris. That is right here. So let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see that a little better. It's held in by this metal bracket. And the way it works is it clamps down on the light as it comes out of the lamp. A problem, I won't say a problem, but a deficiency with LCD is that having pure black with LCD is difficult because you have a light shining behind it. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I believe LCD is subtractive, whereas DLP is additive lighting, where the LCD starts with white and then it blocks different wavelengths to create the color, whereas DLP, on the other hand, the way the DLP chip works, it cycles through the different colors so that they look like a mixed color while you're looking at it. I might have the terms wrong, but I think you know what I mean. Anyway, here's the this is the dynamic iris. It's in this assembly here. This is the primary lens. Light shines in through this first, and that actually kind of starts splitting the light up before it hits the prism. Prism starts to break the light up for, actually I don't know if you're going to be able to really see that, it might be too bright, but it starts to split the light up for the color filters inside the rest of the LCD circuit, or LCD light path. There are multiple color filters in here that make the red, blue, and green light that gets fed into the panels. If I shine my flashlight in here, you can, let me turn off this overhead light, you'll see it better. You'll see my flashlight illuminating the different colors. You'll see them coming out of there, the red, green, and the blue. But I suspect the iris in here is possibly sticking. I'm not sure. Again, it's kind of a weird problem. It's not a very specific problem. I also didn't need to take that whole thing out, so I'm going to put that back in now so I don't take a chance on bumping either of those lenses. I can remove the iris by itself by taking out these two screws. So now, yep, there we go. So that's the iris right here. Those are shutters. It's a little sticky. I might see if I can loosen that up. That might be the motor though. So this would be, I guess you could say, if the picture was all black, it closes that down so only a very tiny amount of light can come through. Then as it needs a brighter picture, this will open up. It does feel like it's sticking a little, but again, I might just be pushing against the motor. So I'm going to, let's see, can I take the motor off without making a huge mess? Yeah, I can. Alright, so let me make sure I stay in frame. And we'll get the 00 again and see if the E121 can, yeah, it can. This, little side note, this screwdriver here is surprisingly powerful for its small size. You know, it's not remotely as strong as a cordless, drill driver. But once the screws are started, or if you just need to get them going in, it really is pretty powerful. Alright, so the motor is now disconnected. Can I lift it out without? Yes, I can. Alright. So I'm going to set the motor over there, and I'm going to manually rotate this gear and see how it feels. Make sure it doesn't feel like it's sticking. And it doesn't. It even feels like the springs are okay. I wonder if it just wasn't aligned right, because that motor feels good too. Let's see, let me push it from the drive gear. Yeah, that feels good. Weird. I'll just put it back together. I want to make sure that gear's not cracked. Sometimes these little nylon gears will crack, but not that one. It's okay. Yeah. Who knows? So to put it back in, I'm going to angle it a little. Let's get that extra wire out of the way. I'm going to angle the gear or the motor. Just try to set it in. That little circuit board gets caught behind that clip. Yeah, like that. And now I can put the screws back in. You have to be careful with these because these are kind of hard to get. I have seen where the bulbs have slipped, pardon me, and they will melt the plastic. That's not good. One time I actually had to buy a damaged projector just to get the iris out of it for someone, because you couldn't buy them new. Alright, so that's good. I'm going to see how it feels again. See if it's still sticking like it was. No, not really. A little bit, but is that just because I'm going fast? See right there, that That's weird. It does feel like it's sticking somewhere. It's just really, I don't know. Wish I could see that gear better. 'Cause it does feel like it's hanging up on something. Yeah, something's up. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, if I can show this. But the gear is cracked, just like I thought. There's a spot. You can see it just moves back and forth pretty easy now. But one of the teeth split. Let's see if I can find it. There it is, right here. Right there. I'm gonna have to think about this. I don't know how far I want to get into dealing with that. I may try some form of adhesive, but we'll see. Stay tuned for the next part. I'm going to end the video here because I'm going to look and see if I can get this iris motor or not. So as usual, do the comment thing if you have a comment. Do the like or dislike. Hopefully the like, but hey, you do you. And then if you didn't already, please hit subscribe. And aside from that, thank you for watching.